Alright guys, so what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be continuing into basketball, but we're going to be being able to tell the difference between technique and ball control while trying to meet certain times. So the object here is we are going to be assessing one another, that as we're looking at the person, we want to be able to tell the differences in their technique or their ball control as they have to progress faster to try and meet a quicker time. All right, so if you see on the sheet that everybody will be getting, all right, we did it for elementary times. We want you guys to meet those times by like 5 seconds. Okay, so we go with our third attempt, like we want to beat 15 seconds, all right, you want to get to 10. Okay, so one person will be doing the drill that Eric will be demonstrating in a minute, and one person will have a stopwatch and an assessment sheet to be able to assess one another. Now, we just made it very simple, so that at any point at their attempt, if they lose control, you just write that they didn't have control. If they weren't playing with proper technique, they weren't doing the drill correctly, then you hit no. And if they simply just didn't meet the time, then you'd hit no. If they were able to do all of that, then you would hit yes. You would circle yes. Eric is also now going to be going over what we will be doing in the drill.
So we're going to start behind this cone. So the guy that's stopwatching, just press start whenever this person starts. So you're going to start, you want to dribble, pivot on this foot to change directions. Same thing over here, you want to pivot on your outside foot to change directions. And while you're changing directions, you want to do a little crossover, because you always want the ball on the outside hand. And then once you get here, you want to accelerate into this cone. Hit 2 dribbles right here, and that'll be it. That 2 dribbles to show that you're having control of the ball after accelerating. And yeah.
All right, so we want to get into groups of 2. Now the person assessing, all right, you want to assess down here because it's an easier field of view. All right, looking down this way than looking behind. So let's get in our groups of 2. I'll give everybody a sheet. The first person up, all right, will be down with the basketball. If you're going to do the drill first, if you're going to assess first, I go down close to the cone.
Okay, so this is effort, time. They're doing a peer assessment type of strategy. So they already have the peer assessment. I saw it. I think it's clear for elementary level students. Now they're picking up their groups. As you can see, they have different type of quadrants in here. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 on split. So that means that seems that wait time is going to be very little. It's going to be more activity time. Time on task is going to be high. And so far, I think the description was good. Eric took the time, even though it was a one shot. I think it was clear type of demonstration. Here they're going to do a trial. Everybody have a stopwatch, so they're going to be very accurate with the time it's going to take them. Okay, there they are explaining to some of the students the how to use the peer assessment. What I am not hearing yet is the encouragement of the assessor to be the coach, right? To not necessarily it's an assessment; it's also formative.
Yep.
So this is the part that I am missing so far. I have to see when the
Nope, as long as they met it, that's what time was met, that's a yes. All right, ready? All right, you ready?
yeah, we don't have any more. Yeah.
You want to maybe, so the first attempt, it's a little, you can go a little bit slower, so it's more like trying to just get it. Okay. So then you want to maybe really emphasize it, and then switch hands, so maybe a little bit slower. It's your judgment, so if you felt that he was controlled, then say yes. Yeah, so then say yes.
The cues come from the teacher telling the student what to say, how to talk to the students. So again, that encouragement, I'm still waiting for it. Everybody on task, that's great. Class time is going very well. It's appropriate for the level, so no problems there. They look professionally, it's a professional attire, what they're presenting, so that's very good as well. The demonstration was appropriate, one shot, but it was quite specific. I think everybody got it. It's better for them to, at the very beginning, just to take the sheet and then everybody with the sheet in hand, for them to go through the points. That was not necessarily the case. But you see the teachers here talking to performers. So right now what I'm seeing is more of a guidance from them on how to record the performance on the sheet. So in terms of the coaching as coming from the timekeeper, it's exactly that. It's timekeeping and recording, but the talking. So this is considered feedback, at least the feedback is towards the recorder. So I think that counts to an extent. Maybe just the motivation part of them talking to their partners is what was missing here, but I think that the structure of a peer assessment type of lesson is there.
On the last one was yeah, probably the one that you're driving off the foot stuff. That's kind of his control.
At least I can see that their approach is that they talk to in some cases to the performer, in most cases to the assessor.
I was trying to beat
giving us an idea. This is very clear that in this case the direct instruction is not evident. This is a completely different approach they're using. You can see that it's more of the students coming up with that type of performance type of assessment and working on the sheets.
No, it was 7. I literally watched it at 7. I'm playing my turn.
4 more minutes. Erik, 4 more minutes.
Yeah, basketball is not. I need to work.
Now you want to beat this time. Now you want to beat your last time. As an assessor, what did you notice? Lost control. Technique was a little off. It's because she's trying to beat time. Trying to start.
Okay, so I can see that that's the address.
She met the time.
Perhaps this can be considered like a first, when that's exactly what they're doing, right? It's a first time doing a peer assessment, so it seems that has been the approach, just to see that they got the assessment in place.
I'm just messing.
That's her third attempt that you want to write. Something we felt that she did well. Maybe things that she needs to work on.
Thank you. Teacher Ryan.
See, they're floating it between the students.
You're good. I got better than the first one.
You did better? Good.
Like, I need to look at it.
Yep. All right, are we all done filling out our sheets? Finish up. Filling out. Yeah, seems like everybody's pretty much done. Then we'll bring it in for some closing. Thanks, Coach.
Once everyone's done, you can just bring it in here. Yeah, you can leave the ball in my phone. I'll pick them up.
Okay, I like how this started. I think that this is a good example of a different approach to teaching.
Yeah. I'll collect them. Here, you guys can give them to me. I'll take your sheets. Thank you. All right, so what was one thing we noticed when we had to increase our speeds? What was that, Sabrina? So when you try to go faster, you try to beat your time, you maybe tend to lose more control, you tend to lose, maybe not play with as good technique as you were taught. Why would that be? And you were more focused on going fast. You're more focused on going fast than playing technical. That was pretty much the premise of the lesson was maybe if you go a little bit slower, you might have more control, whereas you're going fast, you're more worried about speed than your control and technique.
Also, when I saw it, when everyone's going slow, I saw them emphasizing that pivot foot to change directions, which is good. But then again, when the time was less, and when you had to beat the time, everyone was just like trying to run through the cones. Like, yeah, I understand we're trying to beat the time, but at the same time, we're trying to also pivot, try to work on, because the cone was simulated defender. So, overall, good job.
Great job, guys. Thank you.